I am, really proud of my guys. I thought the energy in the building was great. I thought the energy of our team was great. They complemented one another really well. DeMonte obviously had some just game-changing plays, and we hung in there after a bit of a slow start. St. Bonaventure, playing a man down, tried to keep us off balance, and were successful. And then I think as we got into a little bit better rhythm, we played really, really well, and really proud of our guys, and looking forward to going to St. Joe's.
Chris, how'd that defensive turnaround start? Because that seemed to be how it began.
Yeah. We started playing man-to-man defense, and we probably played man-to-man defense the last, 28 minutes of the game. Again, when you're so familiar with an opponent, they have a package of plays for how we traditionally guard teams. And I thought when we played man-to-man, we were tough enough and physical enough to disrupt them and to make it hard for them to score. Again, obviously they're playing with without a great player, not just a good player, a great player. So that's more or less the biggest story of the game. But we really fought and scrapped and defended very, very well.
That block by Buck that led to the three-pointer by TJ. It goes from you guys up 1 to you guys up 6.
Yeah, it's just an incredible turn of events. The block was just tremendous. And to hustle, to get it, to be able to do it cleanly is amazing. And then when TJ shot that 3, kind of felt like the right thing to do, even though it was in transition and the way it was. I thought that was the biggest play of the game, certainly, and just a huge, change. And a little bit of a microcosm of the things DeMonte did, to be honest with you. He made a ton of big plays and hustle plays and gritty plays that really help you win games.
Good springboard. Go ahead, Paul.
Nervous at all when you see him lining up to go after that block?
I didn't necessarily see him. I was kind of watching the ball there, and he kind of, came at it from a little bit of different angle. So, it's a great play. It's a great play. So I think that he's so capable of making those plays. I've said this before. He's a good athlete, but he's a great athlete when in a functional way. He jumps great when it's time to block a shot or get a rebound. He runs fast when it's time for a loose ball. His athleticism measured in that way is tremendous, and that's a really, really big asset of his.
He threw the ball away to cause that turnover, to cause that block, and he said in here, Mooney was going to be mad at me. When you go back on film, will you go, great hustle, or you can't throw that pass, man?
Yeah. Probably great hustle for now, although he's a freshman, so maybe bad pass. But look, his shortcomings are it's needless to talk about them because he has impacted the program so much already. But I think he will get better. I think he has a desire to be a great player, and I'm confident that he will be.
You guys hold the highest scoring team in the A-10 to more than 20 points below their average. You out-rebound them. I know they all count the same, but how big of this is a springboard going forward?
Yeah, that's really those two parts are really good. Again, they don't have Adams, so that's a big part of their scoring. But we defended very, very well, especially from the halfway through the first half. We defended very, very well and with grit and with toughness. And to out-rebound a team, we were even with George Washington on the backboard. Those are good things. And we're undersized and with a shorter bench. So those are really positive things. And I think they speak to just a little bit of an extra energy and an extra sense of how hard we have to play given our current situation.
Speaking of being undersized, you are that. But Julius Johnson, 5 rebounds, and he also keeps a lot of balls alive. This is a 6'3" guy. How's he doing what he's doing?
Yeah, well, he's an aggressive player, and he has a toughness and a grit to him, and he does well. I mean, a couple of those rebounds, he's over the backboard, and he's jumping, and his sense for the ball is really good. Kept a few alive, as you said, was a physical player. He just has that in his game, and I think that I honestly think we'll see Julius continue to get better and better and better. And often those plays really help a guy. If you have that in your arsenal, that can really springboard you to playing better, because that means you're so involved in the game and so invested in the game that the positive things happen.
As a piggyback to that, you mentioned the other day when you shoot well, you get more confident. You shoot better. Can you pick up confidence as a player from making those hustle plays over and over again?
Absolutely. I think, when you get on the floor and you make a positive play, especially at home when you hear the crowd react to that, I think that really energizes you. What I think it does is it makes you think less about the next thing. And so instincts are a huge part of basketball. It's probably one of the first things we look for in a player. And when you're playing with just on your instincts, more often than not, you're going to play better. And I think so those hustle plays lead you back to playing instinctively, and that's when you play your best.
TJ usually feeds his teammates. No points in the first half, and then in the second half they started feeding him. Was that designed? Was he just in the right place at the right time?
Well, like many teams, they really focused on him. Even when they were in the zone, they were kind of assigning a man or a man and a half to TJ, making it hard for him to get the ball. When he got the ball, they double-teamed him. I think more that as the game went on and we were more comfortable with what we were seeing, we could throw the ball down to him. We emphasized it. We talked about it. But as it got a little bit wide, more spread out on defense, we were able to find him in different holes, whether it was man-to-man or zone.
Did your freshmen... I mean, they've been coming along, particularly Buck, but Sherrod had 17 tonight. Did they show everyone why you recruited them tonight? Is this the way you recruited them to play?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they obviously they were a target for us for a long time, and we're so pleased that they're here. I will say this: they're two unbelievably coachable kids, and. When you're a freshman, it's just inevitable that you're going to make a lot of mistakes or do some things wrong, and they are as coachable as kids as we've had. And I think that has really enabled them to perform well because there's no extra with them. It's just they're corrected, they listen, they do better the next time, and that's a skill that is going to benefit them while they're here and forever, but that has really helped them in the first couple months of their career.
You wear a wounded animal Saturday, right?
Absolutely. And we talked about it because last year we went down to Davidson and Jack Gibbs didn't play, and I think there was a feeling, hey, we'll win this game, and we talked about it in the pregame. Adams was out. Their best player. It was very similar, and we talked about they would play inspired, but they should be no more inspired than us because we're trying to win a conference game and go to 4-0. So, and same thing applies to St. Joe's. They'll be home, and I'm sure they'll be playing hard and ready to go.